This episode brought to you by W Energy Drinks. Link for discount in the description down below. Hey, you guys asked for it. When I said I would do a franchise review for Mindfreak Gaming, a lot of you immediately suggested I do Kingdom Hearts. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kingdom Hearts is a good game to talk about, and a crossover with Final Fantasy and Disney characters is definitely a Mindfreak experience of its own. But I feel like I need a little help from our Kingdom Hearts expert, Joe. Power!
Are you going to keep doing that whenever you need my help?
Well, I'm reviewing Kingdom Hearts and...
Oh, sweet, I'm in. Since its debut in March of 2002, this PlayStation 2 exclusive action role-playing hack-and-slash game has become a huge staple in the gaming industry, as well as created a massive fan base worldwide. When I first got this game, I was already hooked the moment I was playing.
Being developed by Square Enix and basically owned by the Walt Disney Corporation, the franchise is a fast-paced third-person action RPG combat game focusing on real-time hack-and-slash, magic, and combo mechanics using the Keyblade, which, let's be honest, is basically a toy collection waiting to happen.
Yeah, but Disney is known to do that with their bad films, so...
True.
The battles are real-time, focusing on combo attacks with the action button on PlayStation or default layouts, jumping and using the command menu to select magic or items. While this works well, it sometimes requires pausing movement to navigate effectively, though experienced players can use the right analog stick to move through it while still moving. But thankfully the game allows players to auto-assign spells like Cure to shortcuts, making magic user fluid without entering the menu.
In games like Chains and Rechains of Memories, they added a card system that builds on the RPG mechanic that lets the player build up a deck to fight enemies in the game.
Or just cheat by using raids.
In Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, there are reaction commands. These are contextual commands that appear on screen requiring quick process of the triangle button for special cinematic moves, which makes the games flashier.
In games like Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, you can play as different characters with different movesets and action commands you can explore and fool around with, plus the flow motion that also got integrated into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Then there are games like 358 Days Over 2 and Recoded. Honestly, I didn't like the gameplay in them.
That's a raw fact.
Just like Square Enix's Final Fantasy series, there are summons in the game that are based off of iconic Disney characters including Simba, Stitch, Wreck-It Ralph, and weirdly enough, Chicken Little.
I can do this!
Plus, there are plenty of side quests, special bosses, and even the gummy ship missions that you can do to gain more experience, and even unlock the true ending depending on the difficulty of the game the player chooses. And then there's the story, but before we get into that...
Spoilers.
With that said, Joe?
A boy on Destiny Island named Sora has his home swallowed by darkness and comes across Disney allies Donald and Goofy as they travel to other Disney worlds to find Sora's friends Riku and Kairi. Together they must stop the Heartless and the villainous Ansem that want to use the Kingdom Hearts for darkness.
1 hour later.
The group then comes across Organization 13 in Castle Oblivion, manipulating Sora's memories, causing him to forget his past and forge new memories centered on a captive girl named Naminé. Sora, Donald, and Goofy then wake from a year-long slumber to fight Organization 13, a group of powerful nobodies seeking to create a new Kingdom Hearts to regain their lost hearts. Sora travels to Disney Worlds fighting both the Heartless and Nobodies to find his friends, Riku and Kairi, while discovering the truth about his own nobody, Roxas, and the organization's leader, Xemnas.
2 hours later.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy search for the 7 Guardians of Light to counter Master Xehanort's new Organization 13. Sora seeks the power of Awakenings to save the lost Keyblade Masters, ultimately battling Xehanort to prevent a second Keyblade War.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Kairi explores her memories to find clues about Sora's location after his disappearance in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. While reliving past events, she unlocks a hidden memory of her childhood, confronts an illusion of Xehanort, and eventually learns Sora is trapped in the fictional world of Quadratum.
It's a weird name.
Wow, that was a lot to take in.
I'm a big fan of the franchise. And don't get me started on the mobile games and the side games.
Okay, to be fair, there's so much story to this franchise, it is hard to cram in one segment. Thankfully, these games know how to flesh out each character's story, including the Final Fantasy and Disney characters.
Most of the Disney characters have kept their original voice actors or have damn good sound-alikes. Feels like you're interacting with the characters of your favorite Disney movies.
And of course, each Disney world is beautiful to explore. You could get lost in each one. My favorite worlds are definitely Pride Rock, Fantasia, and the Toy Story world.
My favorite world is probably Twilight Town. That's probably it, because I really like Twilight Town. But worlds created specifically for the series mirror the overall appearances of other worlds and predominantly feature characters from Square Enix games and original characters, played by Hollywood elites like Haley Joel Osment, David Gallagher, Hayden Panettiere, Allison Stoner. Hayden Panettiere doesn't do it anymore. Ariel Winter, Jesse McCartney, Quentin Flynn, Jason Doreen, Willa Holland, the late Leonard Nimoy, Rutger Hauer, Christopher Lloyd, Billy Zane, Richard Epcar, Paul St. Peter, Benjamin Diskin, Brittany Snow, Megan Martin, Steve Prince, Keith Ferguson, the late Christopher Lee, Corey Burton, Mark Hamill, Drake Bell, Dylan Sprouse, and many, many more.
But like any game franchise, it has amazing music to go with the gameplay and story.
Some either covers of original Disney songs or, of course, original songs written and composed and performed by Japanese-American singer-songwriter Hikaru Utada. Some I can't play due to copyright issues.
Makes sense.
Now, in this video, I usually talk about something interesting behind the scenes of the game or something controversial. So, what should I talk about here?
Well, we can talk about how the game was a literal elevator pitch.
The story involves the Square Enix game producer Shuji Hashimoto and Final Fantasy's creator Hironobu Sakaguchi to create a new open world game in the same vein as Super Mario 64. They wanted to do it with Disney characters because they were popular enough to rival Nintendo's Mario.
In the early 2000s? According to an IGN interview with Final Fantasy's Tetsuya Nomura, both Square Enix and Disney had offices in the same building in Japan, and Mr. Shinji Hashimoto actually got in touch with a Disney executive in an elevator and pitched the idea to Disney in an elevator.
I also heard that Disney didn't want to use Mickey Mouse as the main character because they originally thought the game wasn't going to be a big hit.
And yet they said yes to these.
Most Kingdom Hearts main titles take approximately 25-40 hours to complete the main story. Total play time often exceeding 50 to 80 hours for completionist runs. Where early games are shorter, Kingdom Hearts 3 is significantly longer, averaging 40 to 50 hours for the main story and 80 plus hours for extras.
Wow, no wonder I wasn't able to beat Kingdom Hearts 3.
Now, as good as this franchise is, there are a few problems I've had with the game. Some of the controls in the earlier games can be a bit frustrating, especially with the camera. Also, I had to do a lot of backtracking if doing a completionist route. Plus, the PC port is not good.
But with all that said, we do recommend this franchise. For anyone who is a Disney fan or a fan of RPG hack and slash gameplay,
with over-the-top action, memorable characters, and a story, we will give this franchise a 7 out of 10 Keyblades.
Anything else about the games we missed? Well, put them down in the comments below. I'm Galactic Knight.
And I'm Joey. And what do you mean anything we missed? We couldn't cram everything in a 10-minute video?
There are so many things I need to discuss with them about that.